I love it when asparagus season comes around because there's nothing more delicious than this perennial vegetable. We grow several varieties here at the farm, one called Atlas, another one called Purple Passion, and then one called UC 157, which isn't a very sexy name, but the yield is tremendous. I can always count on it producing lots of asparagus for me in the spring. Now, if you want to grow asparagus, you have to have a certain level of patience. You see, the young crowns are planted, usually 2-year-old crowns, and the first year you typically don't harvest many of the spears. The idea is to get the plants established. Then in that third growing season, once they've been in the ground, or the fourth year, that's when you can really go out and harvest lots of asparagus. Here, we gather asparagus for about 8 to 10 weeks in the spring. You see, I like to cut them when the spears are about 8 to 10 inches long, and what you want to do is you want to go in and cut right at the base. And you want to be careful not to cut any new emerging spears. And what's marvelous about asparagus, you have to go out every day and watch because it just erupts out of the ground. Now, what I have here is a very simple recipe using that UC 157. UC stands for the University of California. And what I'm starting with is about 1.5 pounds of asparagus, and I'm dropping it into some boiling water just to blanch it for about a minute. This is a simple nibble that you can create for folks while they're standing around talking with a glass of wine. And I want to show you this very easy to prepare sauce that goes with it. Now, what I have here is 1 cup of mayonnaise, and I'm simply going to add to that a tablespoon of French mustard, Dijon mustard. You can see there. You can see this is going to be very creamy. And then 2 tablespoons of horseradish. Now this gives it a real kick. Perfect for the spring. And then some parsley. And you can use flat leaf Italian or curly. And what I've done here is use some curly. And there's 2 tablespoons of that fresh. And all you do is simply mix all of this together like this, and you can put it in the fridge and bring it out just before guests. And I'll tell you, they will love it. It's the easiest thing you've ever made in your life. Now, I don't like to cook my asparagus too long. I like a little crunch, and I think we're fine here. So what I'm going to do is remove this immediately into some cold water, and that will keep it from cooking. I actually added a little ice in there to make sure it's very cool, and it'll have the most beautiful green color. Lay it all into the pan, all at the same ends, all of the same. And I'll pat this dry, add the sauce into a nice attractive bowl, and there you have a lovely snack for people to have while supper's being prepared.